We're out of practice, missed last week, so.
Yeah, I was dead last week. Just spent the entire weekend in
you were
bed
playing
and watching
hooky.
movies. Yeah, a little bit too, but I'm
He would
62.
have picked the hot day today to play hooky on instead of last Friday.
You would have thought, but
But no, we're welcome back, everybody. Big Daddy Russ Horton, Amanda Bassant, myself, Lee Lake, and Leah Lywood, and welcome
Bassant.
to Bassant. Yeah, whatever.
Think he's ever going to get it right?
I did once.
it'd be a first.
Is that like 9255, 9055?
Yeah, I know. And by the way,
Thanks,
we're brought to you by Max Tires
Speaking
at
of-
905-873-9255. And don't you forget it, they have the lowest prices in town. And next week we're going to be telling you about their new auto body shop, which they have in the basement of Fred's there, which just opened up, and we'll be talking. But if you want to know more about the auto body shop, call Max Tires as well. Hello to Fred's Towing, and the third cousin in the family, Easy Taxi, of course, the big four.
That's a good way of putting that, actually. So.
And Silver Creek gas station.
Yeah.
What's it? Service Center, right? Silver
Yes.
Creek Service Center.
Yes.
And they're at the top of the hill there. We'd like to say hello to
Grant and Glenn.
Grant and Glenn, and if you want somebody to pump your gas, do you?
Well, that's it.
Do you?
I got thinking about that too.
Isn't that neat in a
They're
way?
one of the ones still around that actually pump your fuel.
Absolutely.
You know, like that
One
is
in a
just,
few.
like so few. You bang that right on the head. So few of them today. Now
Yep.
we've just gotten to that. And here we are pumping all this money into the gas companies when you can go to a place like Silver Creek and get that hands on.
Exactly. And that could really be a gimmick for gas, because gas stations now, they're very nice people behind the counter when you
Right.
go in to pay, but there's no personal stuff, you know what I mean, anymore?
And
Hi,
nine
how you
times out of 10
doing?
now people are paying right at the pump.
Yeah.
That too.
Nobody
Not even-
is going in.
Not even going in into the door.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
tip.
and tip. And
Yes.
it's the old romanticism of pulling up in your 55 Chevy
Yeah.
and having Buddy
Getting the
coming out,
windshield, checking your
chewing on
oil.
a straw,
Yeah.
going,
Yeah,
okay, what do you want?
absolutely.
I want you want Ethel, or
Yeah.
it was romantic.
Let it
back
or
then.
unlet it.
Yeah, I never thought I'd talk about gas stations in that manner, but it was kind of like it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
And you don't get it anymore. It's
No.
now you punch this, that, and the other, and you're done. And it's
Yeah.
like, thanks very much.
I want to do a shout out to a good friend of mine, White Owl Legal. They're in Georgetown. He's a local guy. Deals in landlord-tenant issues. So if you want to talk to him, you can get in touch with him at 289-839-3075. His office is right above the Silver Creek Cafe. Speaking of Silver Creek, right above the coffee shop downtown Georgetown. And if you want to go that route, then get in touch with White Owl Legal, and you can also get in touch with them at info@whiteowl.legal. So,
And now, before we get into Amanda and her entertainment, which, by the way, you've been working very hard on that, and the bars and entertainment joints are getting to know who we are. And but before that, we'll give you the Halton Hills
And not for
Bulldogs
that
score.
reason.
No. We're going to give you the Halton Hills Bulldogs scores from this week. Saturday last week they beat Brampton, first of a home and home, 16-7. Pardon me.
Oh, wow.
Halton Hills on the Sunday night, the second of the home and home, beat them 12-9. So we took 2 from Brampton. We took it on the chin from Orangeville 9-8 on Tuesday, and Saturday we are playing the Nepean Knights. That's what's going on with the
Right on.
Bulldogs. And of course,
traveling there too, boys.
yeah, they travel, those boys. Those are,
Yeah.
Eastern Ontario as well. Not only around here. The Raiders, they stick more close to home.
Yeah.
But these boys, they're out a couple of days in Eastern Ontario at the
Yeah.
reserves and stuff.
11 p.m.
What's going on with the
Not too
entertainment?
bad. Just want to say, way to go, boys. Keep it up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are brought to you by Halton Women's Place. And topping off the list is the Barbertown Pub. Saturday, June 3rd, 9 to 12 a.m. is Dana Jordan EP launch party with special guest Gallagher. The St. George, Saturday, June 3rd, Fool's Paradise at 9 p.m. At the Appalachian, every Wednesday is acoustic open jam, starting at 8 p.m. Thursday night karaoke from 9 p.m. to midnight.
That's always a lot of fun.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes when you get the people that aren't that good,
All depends on who's there.
it's a little tough to eat your meal while you're listening to that.
Yeah.
It's, but
You
they have
got to
fun-
give
they have
them
fun doing
credit.
it.
They
Hey,
do get up there and they
Absolutely.
do try.
It's not easy. People think it's easy to get up and do, and it's not.
No.
After a couple of belts, you get up there and
Well, that's it. You don't want the drunk ones up there because they're the ones that you don't want to hear. They start making their own words up, or
falling all over the stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Furnace Room Brewery. Bread baking in the furnace. For every $5 donation for the Georgetown bread basket, you can sign your name on a brick to the new brew house tank.
Awesome.
that's
That
a cool
is
idea.
awesome.
It is
That's
a
a great
great
idea.
idea.
Especially with the way the food banks are asking for donations
Yeah.
as much as possible. This is excellent.
Georgetown definitely needs
Both.
some help.
Both.
Yep, they both do.
The Acton Food Share. I was talking to Alex Hilson, and he was telling me it's empty.
Oh, we got to get
Yep.
some food in, guys.
So,
Come on, gang.
You know, we got the Acton Food Share and the Georgetown Bread Basket. You can go online. You can donate. Please donate. Please. It's-
Anything, even one item per.
Most of the
helps
most of the
immensely.
grocery stores, they have the baskets right there as
Yeah.
you're leaving. You know, buy an extra item for.
Well, I
Yep.
saw a person post today. They had 2 cans of like tuna or something like that, and I want to give these to a homeless man. Drop them off at the frickin' food bank. What,
That's
are you,
what it
what are you
is.
posting this stuff on Facebook
Got
for?
people. We got families with kids out there that need food.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so Uncorked on Main. You asked, they listened. Mamma Mia, an ABBA themed drag show, Thursday, June 8th. Show starts at 7:30. $25. Get your tickets as soon as
I'd
possible.
get them quick because they sell out fast.
That
They
sounds
do.
like an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think? Absolute blast. And don't forget, of course, it's Gay Pride month, right? The
Absolutely, yeah.
LGBTQ plus.
We're into June now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
everybody posting the flags that they're, some of them aren't. They're contesting.
It's Indigenous Month too, of course, in Halton Hills.
It's National Donut Day today.
National
Oh, really?
Donut Day.
today, and we
Of
didn't
course.
get into
I might not
donuts.
be able to eat them,
There
but
you go.
gotta love a donut.
Yes,
Sorry.
I've never met a donut I didn't like. I'll tell you that right now. No doubt about it.
Or a burger.
Or a burger, cheeseburgers
enough.
especially,
True enough.
and Mary Brown's chicken. Home
Way
fries
better.
with gravy.
Way better than KFC.
Poutine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
poutine.
Well, it's so funny because Todd was asking that the other day. He goes, "Well, is that poutineery place still in Georgetown, right?" I'm like, "Nope, closed when COVID hit." He's like, "There's nowhere to get it."
Oh yeah, Mary Brown's has it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do, but it's still
It's not
fast
the
food
same.
style. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, I know.
It's not the same. I prefer real, and I lived in Ottawa, like literally on the border of Ottawa and Quebec, so I could go get the best poutine in the world.
Yeah,
so.
just go across the river.
Across the river, man. That's all I had to do. Go pick myself up a box of beer on a Sunday and a poutine and watch the races. I was a happy boy. But different time.
Yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, Royal Canadian Legion Acton Branch 197. Thursday, June 15th, 7 to 10 p.m. presents Acton City Limits Summer Acoustic Jam and Open Mic Series on the patio by Fairy Lake.
And it is awesome there. Once again, it's Harry. For all you people that have watched and come to the jams before, he used to do it at Tommy's, so now he's doing it at the Legion every Thursday. So come out with your gear and your voice, whatever, and have some fun. And it's beautiful there. Like behind that Legion, you just look out onto you're in
it'd be
town, but
amazing.
you don't feel like you're in town because you're sitting beside a lake. Like it's. And they got horseshoes there as well, so lots of fun, and I'll be there, so come on out.
Acton Legion is very impressive, isn't it?
It's a great Legion. I've been in a lot of Legions, and it is by far the best one I've ever been in. By far.
Yeah, I haven't been in a Legion better than the one in Acton.
No.
I mean, the one in Georgetown's smaller and it's right downtown, but and it's very charming.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah.
But I think that the Acton Legion the building and the equipment out back.
Yeah,
you know.
the way it's set up, and August they'll be having their car show again in August. We'll be there playing tunes. Come out and register early. Last year, the year when we opened up with COVID coming back, it was mayhem. They had to turn cars away.
Yeah.
They had
Oh, wow.
so many people show up. Oh, it was awesome event. It was so good. And it's timed really well because you finish that car show and they can still go to another one. Like Milton has one later in the day, and so it's pretty cool. So anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
We're brought to you by.
We are brought to you by Halton Women's Place. If you or anyone you know needs help getting out of a difficult situation, please reach out. The crisis lines are open 24/7, including holidays. The Milton and Halton Hills number is 905-878-8555. Whether it's a trusted friend, family member, a coworker at work, or Halton Women's Place, please reach out. You're not alone.
And there's so many people going through problems like that, and you know.
It's unfortunate whether it's male, female.
Males too, not
Yeah.
just females.
Children,
Children.
pets, anything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
See so
domestic
much
violence and domestic abuse is a terrible problem, and it's like that across the globe. You know, it's just
Pretty
the way
much.
humans are when they
Yep.
interact together, and it's a very sad part of family life. You know, but it's something that Halton's Women's Place locally. You know, you have a friend
Yes.
on the other end of the phone that will help you and get you out of that situation.
Absolutely. Nobody deserves to stay in it.
Amanda, thank you. You'll be dropping by at the end of the show as always, and we have to make room for Little Miss Muffet. There she is. there she is. She is Leah Lywood, and she's on the way to join us for the rest of the news. And welcome back. I guess I should lead off with the lead story. We have Leah here now, through the magic of video and editing and so on. And we're brought to you by, of course, the Canadian Diabetes Association.
Canadian Diabetes Association.
As
I get
we,
to get away with it though. Like I say, my numbers are low because of the heat. We're sitting in a heat wave right now. So
thing I can't figure out is how did we get into these candies? It was all
My
you.
fault.
No,
No.
actually,
It was mine.
and it's my fault for bringing them every week for the last 3 years.
oh god, yeah.
But he started
If
it.
If you
started
don't
it.
bring them, there's a serious problem.
He started by bringing us the
Bananas.
the marshmallow bananas.
Yeah,
And
bananas.
I hadn't had them in so long. We were like, oh my god, I haven't had those in so long. So then I started bringing those all the time. Well, that got kind of tiring after a while.
We're
So
becoming candy connoisseurs here.
Oh god, yeah.
and I branched out now.
I actually watch a show on history, and it's like it's called "Food That Built America"
Excuse me.
kind of thing.
No, I've seen that, yeah.
And they were doing candies all last week, and I was just glued.
Well, it's interesting when you
I
look
was
at the history
mesmerized.
of chocolate
Well,
bars.
and even stuff like these, like gummies and
Yeah.
things like that, and
Sour
gummy bears
keys.
and sour keys, and
And by the way, man, there's nothing in the gummies, man. Nothing.
No,
They're
it's
just
just real-
lots of sugar, man.
I had those earlier.
Lots of sugar.
I still like my my licorice all sorts, and there's some of the older
My
stuff.
favorites,
But
goodies.
I love,
oh,
goodies,
you know what
yeah.
I was gonna get?
Goodies,
Some of
man.
those. Okay, now I know.
Oh my god,
Remember
all-time
goodies?
favorite.
Oh, I haven't.
Now I know, next time.
I think they sell them in Acton, don't they? at the
Is
Giant
that
Tiger.
everywhere?
I've never seen goodies anywhere.
God. yeah.
No, you don't see them that often anymore.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Right?
You know why? Because I go to the bulk
I
bar,
go
so
to
that's
the bulk
probably
bar to get
why.
them.
Yeah.
I'd go to the bulk bar.
They're
to
always
get 'em.
there.
Yeah.
I'd come home, big bag of goodies. Mel's,
Anyways.
Mel's looking at me like, you're an idiot.
The top story this week, a 64-year-old Mississauga man is facing multiple charges following an alleged road rage incident in Halton Hills. This happened back on Monday, May the 29th. At around 9:30 a.m., one person was driving on Regional Road 25 near number 5 Side Road when they got into an argument with another driver. And you know the stretch of road I'm talking about
Yes,
there.
very well.
And it's alleged that during this altercation, the driver of the other vehicle pointed what appeared to be a firearm at the victim and then drove away.
Here we go
And
again.
what's this with the firearms all of a sudden? Halton police were contacted, of course, and a search resulted in a vehicle being located in Acton and one arrest taking place. Police said that a search of a suspect vehicle resulted in the seizure of a replica handgun. A Mississauga man has been charged with using an imitation firearm while committing an offense and possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, and he has since been released pending a court appearance. But the lad is in a little bit of trouble
I would
there
say so,
with a
yes.
constabulary. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit of trouble. You're pulling a gun out at somebody in a car, man. What the hell?
And I'll just do this one
Yeah.
quickly before
Yeah.
I hand it over to you. Of course, we've had hot weather the last couple of days, and
What are you
it's
talking
been-
about?
Yeah, it's been very hot. Now you were moving Mel, and you got heat stroke there. You got to be careful,
Yeah.
okay? When you get
yeah.
older, like him, you
So
don't want to
bad
be
here.
moving stuff around in the heat. Make sure you drink lots of water, and stay cool.
Yeah.
If you
stay
have-
hydrated is very key.
So we've got our first taste of summer this weekend, really. We had a little bit of a taste of it in early May, didn't we? And
Yeah.
then it disappeared for a
Yeah.
month. But now it's back, and I have a funny feeling we won't see snow again this
No,
year.
I think the snow tires can come off.
Yeah,
now,
the
so.
snows that can come off now.
I think you're
So, and I'll leave you to the.
But I did want to mention too. I want to bring this story up. Thanks to Chris at Acton Up. Another motorcycle accident here in
Yes.
Acton. 25 side road again. Between 6 Line and Dublin Line was closed this afternoon due to a serious motorcycle accident. Like we reported last week on 32nd Side Road again, people, there are motorcycles on the road. Pay attention. This is just so annoying because I'm a bike rider and I know a lot of bike riders, and it's never usually the biker's fault. 99% of the time, it's the person driving the car's fault. You can even talk to a cop about that, and I guarantee you they'll tell you the same thing. People, open your freaking eyes and watch out for motorcycles, cyclists, even somebody just walking down the side of the road.
I have to say one thing about cyclists.
Well, that's, yeah.
Okay, and it pisses me off a little bit because there's nothing against the cyclist. I'm just saying, you guys group together on turns where cars
hills.
cannot get by you
Yeah,
safely, and you're going to cause a major, and it happens all the time.
it does happen.
If you're going to ride 11111,
That's the
please.
law. It's the law. It's in the driver's handbook.
You know,
that
and you
they
got
have
3
to
guys
ride.
on the road here on the
Yeah.
right. You got a car
Supposed
coming
to.
down this way, so I have to defend myself with the drivers on the cyclists. Now, that doesn't happen with motorcyclists.
No.
But with cyclists, they all ride together and
Yeah.
talk when they're riding. You know what I mean?
And motorcycles
It's great.
can keep up to the same speed as cars. So
That's right.
Not an issue.
So it's going to cause a horrible problem if you don't do.
I just think everybody
do
out
it
there,
legally.
we could probably have a whole hour on discussions about people running through stop signs or not coming to complete stops at cross guards, and just
God, yeah.
be careful with no matter what you're driving. Please be cognizant of everything and everyone around you, and follow the rules of the road.
And get off your stupid phone.
You know?
Oh God,
it's-
that really pisses me off when I see somebody on a cell phone.
So, anyways, on to some good news.
Mm.
Not.
No,
Well,
talking
either way.
about firearms. Talking about firearms. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Again.
So, Halton residents in possession of unwanted or illegally owned firearms, weapons, and/or ammunition will soon have an opportunity to safely get rid of them. The Halton Regional Police Service has announced that it will commence a firearms and weapons amnesty starting Thursday, June 1st, so yesterday. The amnesty will allow Halton residents to surrender these weapons to police without the worry of being charged for having them. In addition to traditional firearms, any weapon that may pose a threat to public safety can be surrendered under the amnesty. The full list is available at the Independent Free Press.
And of course, we take one of our sources for information is the Independent Free Press, also Halton Hills Today, and we also take information from the school boards and the town
Police
of Halton
boards,
Hills, the
town hall,
library,
Acton Up.
Acton
Yeah,
Up.
acting up.
You know, we're the ones that deliver it to you in a video form, but we do have sources, and we thank them for that. And I
Yeah.
guess
It's an interesting story because it's been a talk of
the garbage.
many people in Glen Williams rural communities. 12 years after rejecting rural curbside garbage pickup, Paul Brown is excited about a new and more pocket-friendly proposal that would finally bring service to his home. He says, "I'm pleasantly surprised that the service cost seems to be more in line with what I'm paying at the transfer station," said the Glen Williams resident. For nearly 2 decades, rural Halton Hills residents have been the only ones in the region without garbage pickup service. which they could opt for in exchange for a slight increase in their property taxes, said the region's special project manager David Miles. The proposed service would add $20 per $100,000 of a home's assessed value, meaning average is $160 hike on the property tax bill of a house, say, assessed at $800,000. So curbside recycling and organic waste collection are currently offered in rural Halton Hills through a series of initiatives, including an ongoing online survey. And Halton Region once again is asking to seek public input to initiate the rural garbage pickup service. So, my parents lived rurally for many years, and a lot of it just got burned.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people burn their garbage, don't they? Yeah.
It just gets burned. Who cares?
Well,
you know.
again, it depends on what you're burning. As long
Well,
as you're
yeah.
just burning the
My God.
throwing things at me now, really.
I'm sorry.
What did I do?
Stop touching me.
I
told you.
didn't. Not this time. I'm not guilty this
Touching
time.
me. She's touching me, Ma.
so much
Remember that from the back
crappy
seat?
I'm gonna come
Mom,
over to you for a minute.
she's touching me, Dad. She's touching me. Tell her to stop touching me. The Georgetown Highland Games,
Yes.
of course, they're back with a record number of pipe bands
I
this
bet.
year. Very exciting.
I bet.
The 48th edition of the Games will be held on June the 10th at the Georgetown Fairgrounds. And the Games returned last year after a 2-year absence, but not all the bands were ready after COVID-19 restrictions played havoc with their ability to prepare for competition. You guys got to practice when you play the bagpipes, buddy.
You can't just
I'll
jump
tell
back
ya.
in after 2 years and go, oh, yeah, we can do it.
And
You
you
know
have
what?
to have friendly neighbors if you have a bagpipe player.
You know what we had really quickly when I lived I was raised in one of the Century homes at Park Road and Market Street, and just around the corner and up the street was stop touching me was the Humes, and she was out every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning with the bagpipes in the summer without fail practicing. I missed that, actually.
That's okay if the bagpipe player is a good player.
Yeah.
But if he's a little
Oh no,
off
she was
key,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I've been
Because
doing it for years.
the bagpipes
Yeah,
are one of the hardest instruments to play, says Sue
Yeah.
McCarroll, Vice President of the Georgetown Highland Games. This year's competition will feature 30 pipe bands from
Holy
across
cow.
Canada
Wow.
and the United States, competing in 5 different grades.
growing.
The local games have grown to become the largest piping competitions in the country and now serve as the Canadian Central Pipe Band Championships. Wow, I didn't know that. The solo piping competition features more than 200 entries.
Holy smokes.
And, if you want a day out with the family,
It's such a fun
it's
event for
just,
the family.
and you know what I love is the
The toss.
the toss.
Yeah, oh,
With
yeah.
the
Those-
big,
Full toss.
oh my God.
With Big Jock over there and Big Dickie over here, with a big, and these guys are built like this. Can you imagine doing that? Throwing one of those things.
No, but I suggest you treat them nicely when you're with
Caber
them.
toss? Is
Yeah.
that Caber toss.
Caber toss.
Yeah, something like
Is that what they call it?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I forget. I used to watch them all. I couldn't tell you all the names. But
Well, I used to go and watch. I go to those lumberjack competitions.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy's got to climb a tree, cut so much, and then they're awesome. It's so much fun. Get to the Highland Games. You won't regret it. I can tell you that.
So here we go. We're back into our favorite topic. We didn't have enough for 2 years.
For 2 years,
two
we
and a
were
half
known as
years.
the COVID show.
It's apparently back, at least short term.
Let's hope it's
Halton
short.
Region has declared a new COVID-19 outbreak in Halton Hills. According to the region's latest COVID-19 update on Thursday, June the 1st, a new outbreak has been declared at Extendicare, one of all places.
Extendicare. Extendicare, right. Extendicare.
Halton Hills on May 21st, that's impacting the Wildwood home. There's also still an active COVID-19 outbreak at the CAMA Woodlands long-term care home in Burlington. It is affecting the Cedarview home, which was the first revealed last week. No information is available about the number of infections. I thought we were slowly getting away from this.
I know about half the staff at Extendicare. A great bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
They take care of their
Yeah.
patients beautifully there. And I hear that the kitchen is extraordinary. They have an
They
amazing chef in
They
there.
actually have 3 kitchens in there that
Yeah.
are quite
So
Yeah.
why don't we do a show there when everything gets better, and we'll go there and we'll eat too.
Yeah. Wouldn't
Can
that
we
be
do
great?
that? Would you guys feed us?
And,
You know what?
and are we announcing that we're going to be live at the car show next
Oh
week?
yeah, that's your deal.
I guess
your
we're doing
your
that,
deal,
right?
Schmiel.
Yes.
July 9th?
Yes.
Or June 9th, sorry.
Yep. Pat from Grammy's Recycling has invited us to come out, and we're going to do the vlog and maybe hang out for a little bit
Yeah.
at the car show next Friday.
Yeah.
Mold Masters, I believe.
Yes.
Mold
Right?
Masters.
Yes, Old Masters
So-
parking lot. It's a lot of fun, a lot of cool cars.
Come on out and donate.
And thanks, Pat, for taking that on because that was going to get dropped.
Yeah.
No, she wanted to do it, and what she's doing, if I can remember this correctly, when I spoke with her, she had mentioned that what she's doing is the Optimist Club takes all of the money that is raised for this, and it goes to children, and it helps them, whether it's registration with sports or those types of things, events and other things that they may not be able to afford to do, and this is what that money goes to. So come on out.
Yeah, come on
For
out.
many reasons, come on out.
And you gotta love classic cars. I mean,
Oh,
who
yeah.
doesn't love classic
Kid-
cars?
Even kids.
The
when
kid,
we
well,
were
because
doing
they don't know what they are. They're
Well,
like,
exactly.
wow.
This is, and they're big and shiny, and, it's
Yeah.
Memories
cool
of my '71 Cutlass. Oh,
Hey,
I wake up sometimes in a cold sweat just dreaming about her.
Yeah.
You know?
it's like my mom's 1969 Mustang Mach 1, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was a head
Anyways.
turner. Well, this lady can go buy whatever the heck she wants. I
Yes.
think. Atkins Barbara McKella?
Metallica.
Metallica. Well, she's $1 million richer following
buying tickets here
a
from
Lotto
now on.
649 big win. The good ball draw that happened on May 24th. I always hope to win big, she commented, who's enjoyed playing the lottery for several years now. I spent a few dollars on a ticket each week, and the retiree discovered she had won when she received an email from OLG. I had trouble believing it was real, she said. Well, the OLG Prize Center in Toronto called her to pick her up her winnings. When she logged into her OLG account, she realized she was, in fact, a winner. When revealing the news to her family, the 71-year-old said they were skeptical at first, but then they were so happy for me.
I guess so.
Why am I buying tickets elsewhere? I need to start coming to
There
this
is-
area. It's crazy here.
Halton Hills has a lot of winners.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that win here. It's
What is it?
I've
Every other
noticed
week
it.
we're announcing it
Yeah.
lately. Like, what's going on? That's it. I'm going. I'm doing it here.
And this is where all your friends come out of the woodwork and say, "Hey, Barbara, I haven't seen you in 25 years. Do you remember when we used to go to high school together?"
I know
and
you?
hang out?" Yeah. But God bless her. No, we're just kidding
She
around.
can play that game.
We're just kidding around,
don't
sweetheart.
remember.
Congratulations to you, and I hope
Absolutely.
that
Very much so.
you have lots of fun with your money. And let's see what's going on this weekend, Saturday. The Georgetown Farmers Market is back.
Finally.
Yes, from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. in downtown Georgetown. Shop every Saturday morning, of course, from a mix of vendors that offer farm produce, culturally diverse foods and products, handcrafted jewelry, soaps, candles, and more. And there's more stuff going on
Well,
down
there's
there,
always
too.
a ton of stuff.
Oh,
man.
and it changes up too sometimes.
I love
right?
the produce aspect of it.
Yeah.
You can go get fresh produce. You're not buying this,
I remember the golden days of Demoose.com when Gary, the history guy, and myself,
Gary Haynes. Oh,
remember?
Oh yeah.
We used to sit there and talk to people and meet the dogs and eat the sausages, and it was just a cool,
Yeah.
brings back wonderful memories
And just
of the McGibbon, too.
Yeah. Just a reminder, too, to everybody, the Acton one goes on Thursday. They did their first one yesterday. It was awesome.
They've changed the location,
Yes,
haven't they?
they're in Prospect Park now. So,
Perfect.
Which is beautiful.
And what a turnout. I saw the pictures, and it was just like, wow, they had a ton of vendors.
Good.
So it goes from 4 till 7 on Thursdays, now at Prospect Park. So,
And I'll tell you about one more and hand it off to Leah. Spring in the Garden, happening from 11 a.m. Saturday to 3 p.m. at the St. Albans Anglican Church in Acton. Festivities will include rock painting, live music, a bake sale, face painting, take-home sunflower planting, a sale of very gently used gardening books and refreshments. And some activities cost $2 or less, but it's a great day out. And there will be also a table where visitors can stop by and chat with Master Gardener Ann Ironside, and to raffle to win either a garden gift basket or a large hanging flower basket. And listen to gardeners, because the ones with experience can save you a lot of
and
aggravation.
a lot of money.
and a lot of money. And so that would be really cool to actually meet Ann Ironside. I've heard of her actually. She's a gardening expert.
Yeah,
so there's your chance right there. If you have a question, she'll be able to help you. Right?
Halton Hills Concert Band Spring Show, June 3rd at 7 p.m. at Georgetown Christian Reformed Church. A night filled with movie music from Frozen to James Bond and beyond. Donations of non-perishable items will be accepted for the Georgetown Bread Basket. So even if you don't go and you're in the area, you can still drop something off.
Exactly.
Tickets cost $5 for those under age 15 and $15 for adults.
Awesome. Lots of stuff going on this weekend. The lawn bowling, you're going to do that?
Yeah, you can do that. So again, this weekend, lawn bowling open house. Boy, I used to live by there. Such a beautiful little spot.
So many people don't know it's
June-
there.
Yeah.
Then they drive
this
down
is
the
back in the
well,
subdivision,
yeah, it's
right?
in the middle of a subdivision.
Well,
so-
yeah, it's like, what are those guys doing rolling that ball?
yeah, like,
June 3rd and 4th from 2 to 4 p.m. at 29 Edith Street, Georgetown. The historical Georgetown Lawn Bowling Club is hosting its annual open house weekend. Come on out and give the sport of lawn bowling a try. Light refreshments will be served, and there will be a draw for some gift baskets.
and walkers are welcome.
Yeah, but that sounds like a
definitely,
lot
yeah.
of fun, though, doesn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
For
It's-
seniors.
I used to go by,
especially.
walk by there because I lived around the corner.
Yeah.
Walk by and you'd see them out there,
Oh, yeah.
nice in the evening, and it's
Yeah.
cool out. You
Nice
know,
and
they'd
cool.
be-
It's
yeah.
nice. You
Well
stretch.
surrounded by trees.
You're outside.
It's,
Well
it's in a
kept.
great spot.
It's well kept up
Yeah,
too.
oh, it's very well
beautiful.
kept up.
Now,
yeah.
what's the story quickly on that location? That's been there for a long time.
Oh yeah,
Since I was born,
Yeah, it's always been lawn bowling.
it's always been there.
always.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I
something.
don't know how long, but yeah. It's
Now you
been
talk
for
about a
long time.
historical building in Georgetown. There it is, right there. There's
Yeah.
one.
It's like a little log cabin.
I
That's
know,
how I
right?
always remember it.
We should do a little featurette on our radio station coming up on with the history of. I'll look into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check that
Okay.
out. All right. Next to Normal, a theater production going June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Old Armory in Georgetown. Globe Production explores how one suburban household copes with crisis and mental illness in its latest show. Tickets and showtime details are available at globetickets.ca, and might be a cool thing for some families that are looking for some advice or some direction or whatever you need to get through the next few years of your teenage children, because it's going to
What are
be
we doing for
it's gonna be
time?
crazy. So yeah, then this one here.
The philanthropist.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
The
idea is
philanthropist.
simple. 4 times a year, 100 local philanthropists meet and decide which charity they should, which charity should receive $100 from each of them. This is how one of the newest charitable groups, 100 Men Who Care About Halton Hills, works. The local chapter was launched in April by resident Daryl Ford in the hopes of creating low barriers to benefit local area charities.
That's a great idea.
It is a good
100
idea.
guys getting together, and they're all putting their.
You'd be amazed when
2 cents
you
in.
get enough people together, you can come up with some good ideas.
Well, nothing but good can come from that.
yeah.
It's got to be good, win-win situation there. The Best of Broadway songs will soon come alive at the Sanctuary Concert Hall in Georgetown. Inspiring Broadway is set to hit the stage on June the 11th at 7 p.m. in the concert space at St. John's United Church. From classics to contemporary selections, those who attend will hear all of their favorite Broadway tunes, including Les Miserables. And I said that correctly. Les Miserables. And that's another story I'll tell you on another cab ride. Come From Away, also Guys and Dolls, and Songs from a New World and more. So that sounds like an interesting time at the Sanctuary Concert Hall in Georgetown. That's at St. John's United Church.
Yeah.
How are we running for time anyway? We got
Yeah.
time to get the telecells in here, or roughly 37? We're at 37
29.
minutes?
We're at what?
We're heading into 22.
Yeah, but you got to take off
Yeah.
about 5.
So we're good for a couple of minutes. But instead of giving the telencell, I think what we should do is, you wanted to say something, well, you've been saying it off air all night long, about the anonymous posting on telencell.
Oh, yes.
Tell everyone why
Yeah.
you got rid of it.
So, you know, we were going through about where, you know, it wasn't too bad in the beginning. It was, for us admins, it's a definite pain because we've literally, it's like every day we spend our time having to check to see, because sometimes they're timely, but we can't always spend all our time on Facebook. So anonymous posts, we put up a poll. So the membership had the the ability to voice their opinion in terms of what they'd like to see done. And thankfully, thank you all, because it worked high percentage in
Good.
our favor as well as yours.
Good.
So the anonymous posting, I'm not going to get into all the details. I've got it in. It's pinned up to the top of the pages for Acton and Georgetown. But know that the anonymous posting is because there has to be a good reason why you're remaining anonymous. And there are some good reasons. But it's getting to the point where half the membership is posting everything anonymous. All we ask is all of the membership recognize the reason that was happening is because there are so many people that are cutthroat with other people. If you see a post and you don't have anything good to say, even if it doesn't suit you, just go past it. There is no reason to voice disdain on a post that's meant for a good reason. There's been a few in the last week regarding queers, or it was listed as queers, a group that's coming up. And Katie and I have had to man that post because they're just having fun, but the comments are really not nice.
No, that's
So-
ridiculous.
And absolutely not necessary.
No,
Intolerable.
So
Intolerable.
it's one of those things where, for a lot of reasons, again, we're starting to have to go in and clamp down on a lot of things because everybody has a right to speak what they want to speak. So please understand that it may not be something that is worthy to you. It may not be something that you agree with, but that's okay. We're not all going to agree. Agree to disagree and move on to the next post. Thank you.
You remember when you had a radio station and a television station you didn't like? You went click,
Yeah, there you go.
scroll past, and forget it. If you're that much of a coward that you have to go anonymously to post something on there, then we don't want to hear from you.
If you're walking down the street, and we'll wrap up the show with this idea. If you're walking down the street and you come across some dog shit, you're not going to walk in it. You're going to walk around it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well,
Don't get
hope so.
involved.
Well, yeah.
No, but
I don't know. With the
same-
way things go on our
It's the
pages, I'm
same-
not
it's-
sure about
It's
that.
the same thing. It's the same thing. Just stay away from that stuff. I stay away from the negative stuff. I love going in there poking fun at people and having fun with them online.
Of course,
Like
but
the
it's not
movie.
cruel.
Somebody asked what the movie was in town that they're shooting at the church down.
Right.
It's Menace.
Menace. It's a
But I
TV show,
said
isn't
it's
it?
Star Wars 3000. Luke has a walker.
Right.
Everybody liked it. That's what it's telling us about the community laughing and
fun.
joking
It's-
around with each other. It's not, and by me
Excuse me.
saying that, I'm not taking anything away from I'm just having some fun with the content.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
And that's okay to do that. But the problem is that people come onto these posts and they get on the feed and they get very personal. And it's not even just about the poster. It's about something
Yeah.
community, for lack of a better term.
Keyboard cowboys.
All right, we're brought to you by Max
brutal.
Tires. Don't forget our radio station, by the way. And we're going to be doing some interesting things around geographically.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Here, we can't say anything more about that right now. There's Amanda. And don't forget our radio station. And we're brought to you by Max Tires, 905-873-9255.
And Silver Creek's gas station as well.
As well.
Absolutely.
They're
And
one of our sponsors
your
as well.
lure
And
service.
of course, White Owl Legal, located downtown Georgetown. You can get in touch with them at 289-839-3075 and give Charles a call and see if he can help you out with your matters.
Community is community.
Community is driven by
Oh,
community.
yeah. See, I screwed it up again. I'm trying to be
He's
so
the oldest
good.
of the four of us, right? So he's allowed.
Community
We love,
is
we
I'm
love
no longer
it.
the youngest now.
Yeah, I
so-
know, but I've been saying this for 3 years. You think I'd get it right. Community is driven by community, folks.
You navigate.
We drive.
Let's get out of here.
Have a great week, everybody. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And we'll catch everybody on the B side.